Good morning, third grade writers. We're going to continue with our writing lesson. We're now on lesson 3 for Unit 3, Module A. So for your reading class, you're going to continue Knots on a Counting Rope, and we will write about this story. So the vocabulary for this lesson, traced. Okay, so when you trace something, you copy or draw over something. So I'm sure this is all something we have done maybe in art class or when we were first learning how to write. And then to surround and circle or go around. So you can see that these people are surrounding each other in a circle. Our lesson objective for today, I will be able to explore writing about topics with a point of view. Okay, so with opinion writing, write about the unit topic. Writers can write opinion essays about almost any issue or topic. Some ideas for opinion essays may come from an idea writers get from reading a text. These detailed examples might be included in an opinion piece about an idea coming from a literary text. So they might get ideas about relationships between generations, so between family members, life lessons that can be learned or shared with family or others, and the best way to transmit or share wisdom, knowledge, or culture to others. Writers tell what they think of how they feel about the topic and use reasons to support their opinion. In the last lesson, in lesson 2, you wrote an opinion essay about knots on a counting rope. So in the process of writing your opinions, you were responding to the text. Another way of responding to a text is to write about an idea generated by the text or coming from the text. So let's look at the student model of some of the ideas they got. Okay, so grandfather is a very important person in the boy's life. Grandfather was there when the boy was born. So this detail establishes the relationship between grandfather and grandson. Grandfather helps the boy understand why he lives in darkness. The grandfather explains life's differences to his grandson. Grandfather has helped the boy overcome his fears and has encouraged him to take part in a race even though he was afraid. The boy has learned important lessons from his grandfather. Grandfather has taught the boy many things through the stories he tells. The grandfather communicates with the boy by telling him stories. And last, grandfather is very patient and understanding when the boy asks questions. The boy communicates with the grandfather by asking him questions about the stories. So before you begin writing your opinions, you should develop a plan for writing. Consider these guiding questions as you prepare to write. So first, how can I best organize my ideas about the topic? Second, what is my opinion about a given topic? Third, what reasons support my opinion on the topic? And last, what evidence can I use to support my ideas? So generating ideas. So one way to generate or come up with ideas is by brainstorming. Brainstorm things you might say about the relationship between the boy and his grandfather. You can write down ideas in a web graphic organizer that looks like this. So I know usually I would hand this out to you. If you have a blank piece of paper at home, you can even draw this out. Okay, so you're going to draw 5 ovals in the middle and then 4 on the outside and then connect it with a straight line to come up with a brainstorm. Remember, this is just one way to help organize your ideas before you start writing. Okay, so to model how to generate ideas through brainstorming. To generate or come up with ideas for my opinion, I will write words that I think of when I remember the grandfather and the boy. I will also write words that come to mind when I think of relationships. These ideas may lead me to others that I hadn't thought of when I started. I will add each word or idea as I think of it. So in your Reader's Writer's Journal, you're going to go to page 214. So we're working on writing about the unit topic. Write an opinion about the relationship between the grandfather and grandson in Knots on a Counting Rope. Support your opinion with reasons and evidence from the text. So this is really important. I want you to go back to the story and find evidence that shows the relationship between the grandfather and grandson. So for example, if you think they have a close relationship, how do you know this? So now would be a good time to pause the video before we go into our conventions. Okay, our conventions mini lesson, functions of pronouns. Remember, a noun names a person, animal, place, or thing. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. Pronouns include I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, her, us, and them. Just like nouns, a pronoun can be used as a subject or an object. So in this first example, I wanted grandfather to read a story. I is the subject of this sentence. Okay, the next example, grandfather read to me the story. The pronoun me is used as an indirect object. Then last, grandfather has read it many times. The pronoun it is a direct object, and it would be referring to the story. Okay, so again on page 214, for the conventions, you're going to be working with the functions of pronouns. So directions, underline. Remember, I want you to underline the word underline to help you remember the directions. Underline the pronoun in each sentence, then write whether the pronoun is the subject, direct object, or indirect object of the sentence. So for example, number 1 says, Lily bought me a book. Okay, so the pronoun would be me, and me would be the indirect object of the sentence. Okay, I'll help you read number 2 and 3, and I want you to try your best with this. Okay, so number 2, she said the book was really interesting. Lily's mother likes it too. Okay, so just to help you identify the pronouns, right, we already found out the number 1, it was me, and number 2, she, right, or we would be underlining it. Lily's mother likes it too. The last one, it would be the pronoun. And I want you to try your best about identifying whether it's the direct object or indirect object of the sentence. Again, if you have any questions, comment on Google Classroom, and I will be checking in with all of you throughout the day. Thank you.